Welcome everyone to Weekly News and DW with major tidbits, and the topic for this video is
Duterte dinakip ng ICC. Press F to our soon-to-be fallen former leader, President, tatay, drug pusher killer, at marami pang iba, Mr. Rodrigo Roa Duterte. The panic came about nang magkaroon ng ugong-ugong na naglabas na ng warrant of arrest ang International Criminal Court o ICC laban kay former President Rodrigo Duterte. Sinabi niyang tatanggapin niya ang pagkakaaresto kung maglalabas ito ng warrant.
Kaya naman ako nakita ninyo na patong-patong ang kaso ko. Sa totoo lang, baka ang balita ko may warrant daw ako pag... Hindi, totoo. Yung sa ICC or something. Matagal na akong hinahabol ng mga ano man ang kasalanan ko, na ginawa ko man ang lahat sa panahon ko para may konting katahimikan at mapayapa ang buhay ng Pilipino. Total, kung ganito man talaga ang swerte ko sa buhay, okay lang, tatanggapin ko yan. Wala tayong magawa hulihin tayo kung ikulong tayo.
Nang nasa Hong Kong si Duterte nang mag-circulate yung mga usap-usapan na inaabangan na siya ng ICC sa Pinas. This one, unannounced under the guise of a KOJC Kiboloy's thank you rally to Duterte with the senatorial bets from PDP Laban. Ang sinasabing totoong dahilan daw kung bakit siya pumunta ng Hong Kong ay dahil gustong humingi ni Duterte ng tulong kay Xi Jinping para maprotektahan sa International Police o Interpol dahil sa impending possible extradition nito sa Pilipinas to The Hague, the Netherlands. He even joked na if push comes to shove at talagang hulihin siya, ginawa niya ang lahat ng binibintang sa kanya para sa kapakanan ng mga mamayang Pilipino na kung mahuli siya, mag-aambagan daw ang mga tao ng $5 para magkapagpatayo ng monumento para sa kanya katabi ni Rizal.
Assuming na totoo talaga yung naririnig ninyo. Bakit ko ginawa yan? Para sa sarili ko? Para sa pamilya ko? Para sa inyo at ang inyong mga anak sa ating bayan. Kaya ako man ang higiin ko na lang sa inyo, total, kung ganito man talaga ang swerte ko sa buhay, okay lang, tatanggapin ko yan. Wala tayong magawa hulihin tayo kung ikulong tayo. Kaya lang, in the meantime, mag-contribute kayo, baski $5, $10, para paglabas ko sa presuhan, paggawaan ninyo akong monumento katabi ni Rizal. Si Rizal may hawak na libro Akin kaya bakit?
And lo and behold, pagbalik ni Duterte sa Pilipinas, nag-aantay na ang Interpol at pulisya sa NAIA para i-detain ang dating presidente. Pero, di ba ang sabi ni Marcos, hindi siya makikipag-cooperate sa ICC? Bakit parang sinuko niya si Duterte sa mga hilaw? Bakit niya pinayagan ng ICC na magkaroon ng jurisdiction dito para i-detain at ilipad si Duterte sa ibang bansa kung hindi naman tayo parte ng ICC? Sinasabi nilang ang sabi ni Marcos, hindi sila nakapag-cooperate sa ICC. Far from it. Nakapag-cooperate sila sa Interpol. Totally different things. Kahit na, the only reason why hinuli ng Interpol si Duterte is because of an arrest warrant by the ICC. But, totally different things. Sinasabi nilang parte pa rin ang Pilipinas ng international police. Kaya hindi pwedeng pag-ikdiin na lang ng balikat, yun. And, I guess that's a nice loophole, pero hindi yun ang makikita ng tao.
The former president was earlier placed in government custody at Villamor Air Base after his common law wife, Hanilet Avancenia, and members of his entourage arrived at 9:20 this morning from Hong Kong on Cathay Pacific flight number CX-907. Mr. Duterte was arrested in compliance with our commitments to Interpol. Hours before his arrival, Interpol Manila received an official copy of the ICC warrant. This prompted the Prosecutor General of the Department of Justice to serve the warrant. Interpol asked for help, and we obliged because we have commitments to the Interpol which we have to fulfill. If we don't do that, they will no longer help us with other cases involving Filipino fugitives abroad. This is what the international community expects of us as the leader of a democratic country that is part of the community of nations.
First off, napaka-lame ng excuse mo. You're going to break whatever goodwill you have with the DDS for a technicality. But, either way, at least mababawasan ang iniisip ng butihing presidente. It is important po na dahil umalis si Duterte sa ICC noong 2019, hanggang doon lang din ang pwede nilang investigahan. Kasi after that, wala nang jurisdiction ng ICC sa Pilipinas nor the Roman Statute. Kaya rin mabilis na inilipad si Duterte paalis ng bansa ay dahil walang jurisdiction ng ICC kaya hindi sila pwede dito magtagal. Maybe if Marcos had gone to the ICC, baka dito rin mapupunta si Duterte. Dito matutuloy yung kanyang kaso. Kasama sa arrest warrant ay ang mga ibinibintang kay Duterteng kaso tulad ng genocide at crimes against humanity. Idinitain siya sa Villamor Air Base kung saan binasahan siya ng kanyang Miranda rights. Marami sa kanyang mga supporters ang nasa airport nang dumating siya.
March 28, maging 80 years old na po yung matanda.
You wanted to bring him.
Alam nyo, kawawa.
Alam mo,
Kawawa yung...
ko alam kanina, kausap ko si General Marbil. And sabi niya sa akin, bilang counsel ni President Duterte, isasama ko doon sa Coster kung dadalhin siya sa Krame. Ngayon, hindi mo kami sinama. Pinawalan kami sumama. And that is his constitutional right to a legal counsel and even an immediate medical assistance. Kaya ang laki paglabag nila. Yun ang sabi sa akin ni General Malbil. Siya ang kausap ko kanina nung pagdating ko dito.
Ngunit hindi pinapasok sa Senator Bongo, abogado ni Duterte, at kanyang mga kaalyado sa Villamor Air Base, which a lot of his supporters claim to be a violation of his constitutional rights to talk with his attorney. Naging bukal rin si Kiri Duterte, the youngest of Duterte's kids, patungkol sa di umano'y illegal detention na nangyari sa kanyang ama na walang due process.
On the basis for detention. So, what is the law and what is the crime that I committed? To me now, the legal basis for my being here, as apparently I was brought here not of my own volition. If somebody else says, kung hindi ibang tao, ikaw siguro, because this is your structure. So you have to answer now for the deprivation of liberty.
Kung general naman kayo, alam naman na hindi man lang siya na-serve kung anong kaso pinag-charge sa kanya ngayon. Hindi niya alam.
Kahit na PI man lang.
Now ito, isang controversial na opinion. This will probably bite me in the ass in the future. And I believe Duterte should face the families of innocent victims killed amidst his war on drug campaign and extrajudicial killings, but here it is. Any Filipino accused of crimes against Filipinos, claiming that if those crimes are not unfounded, he did it for Filipinos, out of power, squabbling against the ruling dominant political family, should be tried in a Filipino court, judged by a Filipino judge, cross-examined by a Filipino prosecutor, in Filipino land, in front of the Filipino public. Mahirap ang magiging mental image sa mga Pilipino na ang mga puti galing sa Europa, our colonizers' general place and skin tone ang huhuli sa dating leader ng bansa. Baka mangyari pa ay lalong maging popular ang mga Duterte more than they are now sa political zeitgeist ng Pilipinas because they're kind of falling off. The justice system in our country is working, but slowly and definitely unconstitutionally. But the case around Duterte would probably be quicker than most, kind of affording him his constitutional right to a speedy trial, unlike what Sara Duterte has had with her impeachment complaint. Nang napakamalaking sampal sa soberanya at insulto sa ating justice system dahil alam naman nating maraming ebidensya para sa conviction. So why would we need to go sa mga hilaw? Diba? Sa mga puti. Isipin mo na lang ganito. Kung ang mga Marcos ay nakabalik sa Pilipinas after a popular and peaceful revolution of the masses at mga religious leaders, paano pa kaya kung ang kumuha kay Duterte ay isang faceless institution na mga puti at foreigner na globalista? May inherent tayong distrust, lalo na nang dumating si Duterte sa national limelight. Kaya nga siya lumayo sa US at pumunta sa Russia at China, embracing this strong word adjective na itinatag sa kanya. Kung si former Senator Attorney Laila de Lima na akwet sa isang church laban sa kanya habang presidente pa si Duterte, paano pa kaya ngayon na si Marcos ang nakaupo and there's an underlying need to leave Duterte in disgrace? And there's tons of evidence supporting the affirmative in that regard. If the people did not want or like the ruling, they can just stage a people power against it. That's basically what they are trying to do now. Although, ngayon, wala namang magagawa yung people power nila. Kasi, nasa hig si Duterte. It also will not look good na sila Netanyahu, kaibigan ng US, ay hindi pa rin nahuhuli sa kanilang war crimes. But, props na they even publicized the warrant that they are actively going for Netanyahu in his war crimes in Gaza. Na ang US ay hindi parte ng ICC, samantalang mas malaki ang kanilang war crimes at genocide, pagpapasabog ng mga ospital, Kunduz Hospital ni Obama, eskwelahan at sibilyan. From George Washington to Trump again. Talagang may isip mo that those war crimes cannot be upheld to the same law and justice than what they are doing to Duterte. And I'm all for punishing Duterte. Like, if he had committed the crime they were charging him with, then let him be charged and convicted in the Philippines. But as of now, I guess the only way for Duterte to win this case and survive his detention sa Hague is to shut his mouth at huwag manlaban. Baka mapatay ka.
Ang video clip na ito ay galing sa aking series na News Worthy Recap. Check the entire video for the complete weekly news recap and subscribe to the channel to be kept up to date sa mga local at global news na I'll make sure would be interesting to you particularly. Di ko alam yung name mo pero you should subscribe. Muhammad Smith? I don't fucking know. John Smith? Salamat sa manunod mga kabayan. For me, like, subscribe, follow my links in socials and of work. Shows that would be linked down below. Sa susunod muli, of course, paalam.